Everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Tail Corner Podcast. We've had some great interactions on Twitter within the past week. Thank you guys for helping us grow the channel. Please like, subscribe, share. We do this for fan interaction, as we're fans ourselves. So we really appreciate it if you guys help us out. Kat, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm happy the Jags got the W this week. Um, it's been like something exciting to have during all this school stuff. But how have you been?
I've been damn good. Went out to London 1-2, came back 3-2. I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
good right now, I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
let's
those were
jump.
great.
Yes, that was a great time. Hey, call us the London Jaguars, whatever you want to call us. 2 dubs, 3-2, first place in the division. I'll take whatever you got to say. Little 10-day
Yeah.
stint out there. Seems like the team had fun. How do you feel about the interactions and the posts and those kind of things that you saw about the London trip?
Um, so I think that it was a good like reset for the team. They need to come back and like blow the doors off the Colts at home. They need to win at home. And it's annoying for the Jacksonville crowd to have to watch them play bad and then they go to London and they win 2 games. It's like that's great. That's great that you won 2 games, but maybe win in Jacksonville. That would be really cool. So they need to do that when they come back. But it seemed like it was like a nice reset trip for them. It almost felt like kind of like vacationy. I follow Trevor Lawrence's wife on Instagram because I love her like clothing fashion, and so she's adorable. And it just seemed like she was on like vacation, which I mean she probably was. But I don't know, it just seemed like a good little reset for the team, and I think it was obviously needed. They were able to win two games, so hopefully they can keep up a little like win streak here.
Yeah, no, I agree. Definitely from the social media posting of some of the family members and spouses and stuff, they definitely were on vacation.
Yeah.
Doug kind of talked about it. They used those 10 days to bond. He said the players went out, had dinners together, all that kind of stuff. So I think it was a huge camaraderie builder, big team morale boost, especially with a win in the first game and then having to stay over a couple more days when you're already feeling good. Definitely the guys said they got a lot closer. Calvin, talked about it. Doug talked about it. Trev talked about it. So it seems like it was good. Kirk talked about it before going that they just need, a change of scenery, a little slump, couldn't get the offense clicking. But over there, the offense was improved. So I think, it helped them just press the reset button. So I'm grateful for that. I didn't really mind it as much with one game being away, even though it was 2 consecutive in London. I was planning to travel to Buffalo if it would have been in Buffalo, but it didn't really bother me that it was in London. So yeah, if they want to do it every year, I'm okay with that. But I don't like the second team complaining that the other team has been over there for over 7 days and blah 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 blah. A huge advantage. Yeah, that's lame. Like whatever. The Jaguars and Falcons got there the same time. You're free to come as early as you want to, but like NFL
Um,
got it to a science. They think Thursday's the best. You either follow it or you don't. Like some teams go early, some teams come late. It is what it is.
I have a lot of thoughts. I actually usually don't mind Bills fans. Like
Mm-hmm.
before now, they never really like bothered me. But I'm sorry, you're 3-2. What's the problem? Like, shut up. Some of them are acting like they lost the Super Bowl. And it's like you
Mm-hmm.
lost to a good team who, I mean, we were the better team on Sunday in
Yeah.
every phase of the game. Sorry.
No, we definitely
Loud
were. We
music.
dominated. Yeah,
Um,
and
can you hear that?
no.
Okay. Sorry. Um, no, it was just dominated. We dominated every phase of that game. They only
Mm-hmm.
had 7 points until like what, like 4. minutes in
Yeah.
the fourth quarter. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. The end score of that game makes that game look like it was way closer than it was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Garbage time points. Yeah.
yeah, it was 100% garbage time points. And
Hmm.
I don't know. I just there are a couple things that really bother me. Obviously, I'm a Jags fan, so like I was always screaming like Miles Jack wasn't down because that was like one of the few times where the referees really did like screw us really badly. And because
Hmm.
of that, now they won't blow the whistle so quickly. So,
Hmm.
like, because of that, now they won't do it. And it's like, okay, well, that's great, but you still screwed up our chance to win the AFC championship game that year. We should have gone to the Super Bowl that year. But we did not win the game against the Bills because of the refs. Like, just saying that is so. Do we watch the same game? Like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about? It's just, it's such a like loser excuse. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It really is, especially in like a regular season game. One of our sacks got taken away because Josh Allen isn't allowed to tackle Josh Allen, apparently. Like, I'm sorry, that was a clean sack and it got
Yeah.
taken away. And freaking Josh Allen sat there on the ground and begged for that flag because he's
Yeah.
soft. You know, I can't stand Josh Allen.
Yeah.
The Bills, Josh Allen. If you know me, you know that I do not like him. I think he's a crybaby, and I don't think he's as good as everybody else thinks he is. Um, you know this about me, and you always criticize me for it. He comes at me all.
Yeah.
He's like, Cat, Josh Allen's actually good.
Nah, he is. Yeah,
He's
looking back over
not
like the
bad. He's
last.
not bad. Okay, but I don't like him.
Yeah, and that's a fair. I mean, that's totally valid. He does have a personality to him, that some people don't like. Stefan Diggs crying on the sideline for me with the temper tantrum, slamming
Doesn't he
tablets and
do that a
stuff.
lot?
He does do that a lot. It's like every time they get to losing, or I mean, he had a big day. He had over
He
100
did.
yards. Like what 2 touchdowns? I think he had two. Like,
Yeah.
bro, what are you crying for? You went over 100 yards with 2 tuds. I get
Yeah.
it. You wanted to win the game, but he's always mad at Josh Allen if he doesn't get like every single target when it's go time.
Yeah.
I mean, I get being the alpha receiver, number one. I want the targets. I want to be the guy. Like, throw me the ball. I'm always open. I get all that stuff, but he doesn't seem like a team guy. Which it just
I
may
agree.
just be frustration. Maybe he just isn't good at controlling his emotions as an adult, but he may be a great team player, but whatever, we'll see. It's just weird
Yeah.
that, like I said in the last episode, there was some frustration coming out. Stephen A saying he didn't want to be there with Josh Allen, a little temptation. They feel like, seemed like it was a little rift between him and Josh Allen, even when they lost to Cincinnati in the
Oh yeah.
playoffs last year. Like it was he's kind of upset that Josh Allen is prone to throwing some bad turnovers. But yeah, let's dive more into the performance. Let's start with the offense. How do you feel about the Jags offense against the Bills?
I think they looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor was throwing dimes all day long. You know how
Mm-hmm.
nice it is to have a quarterback throw to the hash and
Yeah.
not be terrified that it's about to get picked and taken
Yeah.
back for a pick six because every time Blake Bortles threw that ball, it was like,
Yeah.
is this a pick six? And then like 50% of the time it was a pick six, if not more. So it's so nice having a quarterback who can throw that ball. And he like his arm strength is insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, if people want to keep trying to say that Trevor is not good, I whatever. You're just like a troll at this point.
Yeah.
There's no
That's
way that
how I
you're being
feel.
like there's no way that you actually think this. And if you do, you don't understand the game at all. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I thought that they looked great. I was really happy that Calvin Ridley was getting more touches. It kind of seemed like he kind of like woke up again. Also, like I feel like Calvin Ridley, like, does he know that he can just catch the ball and like go out of bounds? He's like, I love how like every time he catches the ball, he's like, okay, now how am I gonna get down the field?
Hey, I love it. Like, let's
It's
be
so great.
aggressive. Hold on to the ball though, which he's
Yeah,
doing. And he protects it too every time
he
he gets around
does.
contact. So I'm okay with it. He is
On
a
that
little. A little lighter frame, but yeah.
Yeah. I wish that he could have kept that 3rd and 7 was so close to being a touchdown. I wish that he could have just like kept stayed in bounds for that. That would have been beautiful.
Yeah, so I actually went back to watch that play. I'm like, what happened here? Like, Warrior fell down, he caught it, but it looked like he already was kind of set going out of bounds. I don't think he really
Yeah, that's what it
saw him
looked like.
because he definitely could have tightrope the sideline, but I think he was like thinking of big play, third down, let's catch it, secure it, get out of bounds, live to fight another down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if he probably would have seen that guy on the ground, he might have been able to tightrope that and take off for a huge touchdown. That would have just been insane. Calvin
Yeah.
really already with a big day through the air. 8 targets, 7 receptions, pretty efficient day. 122 yards through the air. Calvin had a day. I
Yeah.
think that was his best game as a Jaguar. I
I
think
think
it
so
was
too.
better than the game one where he came on with 100 yards almost in the first half. But yeah, I
Hmm.
think this was a more complete game. You saw him work deep throws. You saw him come through with clutch third down catches, third and fourth downs. Trevor was amazing throwing the ball.
Oh yeah.
This game we got 9 out of 10. 90% conversion rate on third and fourth downs in this game from Trevor for 114 yards, a touchdown, and 147 passer rating on
Yeah.
third and fourth downs through the air. Trevor was throwing dot seeds. He was shredding them.
You want to know
Uh,
who else was amazing on Sunday? Travis Etienne.
3T. Yeah, I was about to say 3 letters. ETN.
Oh my God, he
Yeah.
was so good. Like he's great. Like he's gonna, I don't know, he reminds me so much of like, I don't know, he's like a mix almost of like Fred Taylor and MJD. But he's so good. He had 10 like missed tackles. He had like
Yeah.
forced 10 missed tackles. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh. I love the touchdown that he had where he just like ducked under the
Oh
two
my God.
the
Yeah.
two like Bills guys and they ended up hitting each other. I was like, okay, this is great. He had
Yeah.
a game.
NFL. Yeah, NFL Insiders had a pretty dope video of him ducking through that hole and those two defenders clashing into each other. And then he like kept his balance through the Poyer shoestring tackle attempt. That was a dope run.
Yeah.
He just runs with great pad leverage, contact balance, and then he's elusive. I mean, he'll run through arm tackles all day. Like
Yeah.
for him to be a smaller guy, you're not tackling him with one arm. I don't care who you are, how big you are. You're not tackling this guy with one arm. He's that strong. So huge day for him. 2 touchdowns on the ground. 48 yards receiving through the air. He had kind of like that long catch going into halftime. That was pretty dope. They got us in the field goal range, but
Yeah, he had
obviously,
the
you know,
2 point
the strip
conversion
sack
too.
happened. Cam Robinson, well, come on, bro. But happy birthday, by the way, Cam. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't give up a strip sack there. But speaking of the O line, Brandon Sheriff, 0 pressures allowed. Um,
Is that true
Zero
though?
sacks allowed. Yeah, it looks like that QB
There
hurry,
was
QB
kind of a
hit was pretty
pressure from
late.
Brandon Scherf on that Zay Jones touchdown.
Yeah, yeah. Depends on. Yeah, it was late. It was late, but
Yeah.
that play was also weird too because Luke Fortner and Sheriff both thought they were each like they thought the other person was going to block that guy, and they both
Yeah.
just kind of let him through, and they end up blocking nobody, just standing there.
Yeah.
Thank God Trevor is him. Trevor, like Von Miller blew past Anton for what I thought was going to be a huge sack. Trevor was just like, watch out. And
Yeah.
like just shook Von Miller out the way. He also did that a couple other times to the other guys. They blitzed Trevor a lot
They did.
because historically Trevor struggled a little bit more against the blitz. And he's not like the last 2 games, he's just like, free rusher. What's that? Like
Yeah.
he's literally just sliding over and these guys are blowing past on him. He's throwing C's. Like I've never seen the Jaguars quarterback with that kind of pocket movement, awareness. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, even on the big play to Calvin Ridley, I think it was like a 48 yarder, 53 yarder on the big one for the third down that was converted. He literally had 2 free rushers because they brought more than what he had. He only had 5 in protection. He literally shifted the protection to the right side of the line. So where he could see the free rusher coming and knew there was a rusher on the back end coming. He knew he had a hot read, two steps, called the audible, gave Calvin Ridley, and they talked about this in the presser, which was so dope.
Yeah.
Gave Calvin Ridley a signal like, "Hey, run a slot fade, bro. Like it's you versus safety. We gotta have this one. I
Yeah.
got two rushers. It's gonna be hot. I'm literally gonna hike the ball, take two steps, and throw it up. Go get it. Perfect throw, perfect catch. Like Trevor is amazing.
Yo, yeah. It's so
And
nice having a quarterback.
oh yeah, like
Like, oh, we've suffered for so long.
I totally agree. How do you feel about the defense
The
in that
defense,
performance? Yeah,
um, I don't see how you can be upset with the defense. The Bills scored what, 42? Was it 42 points against the Dolphins or 48? It's 42,
42, I
right?
believe. Yeah,
They held that offense to essentially, well, okay, yeah, it ended up being 20 points, but for the most part they held them to 7 points. And it would have been a much we would have killed them if we hadn't fumbled the ball in the red zone twice, two
yeah,
times. That was very frustrating. So the offense did leave some points on the board. We should have gotten at least like 3 field goals
mm-hmm.
at least. Obviously you want touchdowns there, you don't want field goals. But we should have killed them,
Yeah,
to be quite honest. But the defense, yeah, I don't see how you can really be upset with their performance. The only thing that irritated me was how they took their foot off the gas at the end.
yeah.
But that's just I feel like that's just like typical NFL shit.
Yeah, it's hard to hold the offense down like that for 60 minutes. I mean, at some
Yeah.
point, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabe
Like,
Davis, like those guys
yeah.
gonna get theirs at some point. But yeah,
Yeah.
defense was solid. Like those guys had 7 points up until like, under 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
you're gonna win a lot of games if you can hold teams to 7 points
Oh
with
yeah.
5 minutes left to go. Tyson Campbell, I thought had a good day. He had some good reps against Stephon Diggs. He
Yeah.
also gave up one late touchdown and another touchdown. I mean, it happens. Like I don't think Tyson Campbell was a problem at all. He
No.
just, you win some, you lose some. So I think he was solid. Definitely stepped up big in the run game. He was laying the wood. Like one play he hit the guy, tackle came off. He was still chirping. He wanted all the smoke. Like the corners in this game were hitting. Darius
Yeah.
Williams, same thing. He freaking tied Foye Oluokun for the leading tackles as a corner. I mean, granted, a lot of that was him allowing receptions.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, he came up in the run game, had a big stop on a 2-point conversion that would have made it a 3-point ball game. Like they might have played that whole a lot differently if that was a 3-point ball game versus a 5-point ball game where they had
Yeah.
to go get a touchdown to win it. So shout out to Darius Williams. Interception on the day. Ball was a little bit underthrown. Stephon Diggs kind of had that one beat. That's why he was angry. But yeah, that was a hard throw. Josh Allen like throwing 60 yards in the air like that. Sometimes you may underthrow that. It's really hard to get it there every time. But yeah, he made a great play on the ball. Literally, like watching the replays in slow mo, he just bullied Stephon Diggs once the ball got to the catch point. Like
Yeah.
it was in both of their hands. He's like, "Give me that!" Like he just took it.
Yeah.
So shout out to D Will, man. Big tackles. Gave up some receptions early, kept fighting, made a play when it mattered the most, man. D Will's been balling this year at outside corner. Like,
Yeah.
hats off.
Exactly. Yeah, I the defense so far has been honestly one of the bright spots of the team every
Yeah.
game outside of Houston. That
Yes.
was bad. Um, I'm still mad about that game. But
Yeah.
I'll get over it eventually.
Yeah, that was a tough one. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm impressed with the defense. Pass rush was a little inconsistent. Josh Allen with 4 pressures, Trayvon with 4 pressures.
yeah,
I definitely saw Trayvon getting some late pressure in there as well. Didn't really affect too many of the throws, but he was definitely, Trayvon was definitely trying to get some work in out there. So I'll give him kudos for that. Josh
yeah,
Allen had what would have been 2 sacks. One was a weird phantom call where Josh Allen kind of
yeah.
ducked his head and they call helmet to helmet,
I
roughing the
want
passer. It was horrible.
that
And
was
then
I'm sorry, but what is he supposed to do there? Is
Yeah,
he
I
just
don't
supposed
know.
to just run by Josh Allen and just not tackle him? Like what? That
Yeah.
was ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry, I missed the part where we were playing soccer and not football. What is going on?
Yeah, you can't tackle the quarterback low in the pocket. You can't tackle him high. So you have to attack the midsection. You attack the midsection and he ducks right there. So I mean, what do you want
Yeah,
him to
but
do? Can't
see,
go low, can't go low, can't go high. You go to the middle and he ducks to the middle.
yeah.
What
And
else
the
can he
thing
do,
that
bro?
like irritates me about a call like that is Trevor was getting hit like that all game, and he only got that call once.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's just
he got a roughing call. Yeah.
like he gets hit all the time and never gets any of those calls. I was
Yeah, and
surprised he called it.
people always say it's because Trevor's a bigger quarterback. He's 6'6", blah, blah, blah. Like they don't have to protect him as much as the smaller guys. Josh Allen is a big guy.
Yeah, he's not small.
He's big, yeah. He's just as
Like,
big as Trevor, and he weighs more than Trevor. Let's
yeah,
remember that. The guy's like 240, 245. But yeah, no, it was weird. Trevor, even on a play where he kind of torqued his hip, he
I
got hit
saw
in the
that.
helmet. Like they've made contact to the helmet area multiple times on Trevor, and they're just like,
Yeah,
man, it's Trevor.
like
Josh Allen, they're like, oh, whoa, whoa. So
yeah,
whatever. I don't know when he'll start getting that superstar quarterback penalty treatment, but it doesn't bother me either way. Trevor just keeps going out there and slinging it.
yeah.
But yeah, let's get on to the Colts. What are your expectations this week?
I expect. I think we should just keep the tradition alive. Beat them into the ground. Just
Okay.
completely blow them out. That's what I would like to see. Because for
Yeah.
some reason, the past couple of years, we've just blown out the Colts at home. And I think that, it's a fun little tradition and we should keep it going.
Yeah, I totally agree. A lot of people having PTSD right now from the split that happened last year where we won the first game handedly. And then Matt Ryan came back the second game and just carved us up like a
Okay.
pumpkin.
Yeah, but that's
Uh
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, so
Gardner
people having
Minshew is going to be
PTSD
playing.
about that. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to see Gardner this week. He takes care of the ball. Gardner's never been a huge interception guy. Like
He's not.
he doesn't throw risky passes. He's gonna throw the safe passes. He's gonna be smart. He's a smart quarterback. I'll always be a fan of Gardner. Still got his jersey. Not going anywhere. He was a Minshew Mania was a fun thing while it lasted. He
It
bought us
was.
some he bought us some smiles in the dark times. So always root for Gardner, but definitely not when he play against us.
Oh,
I'm
no,
excited.
absolutely not.
I'm excited to see the secondary against him.
Yeah, me too. Um, I I'm not surprised. I don't know. This was one of the issues that Anthony Richardson had at Florida. He was like super injury prone.
Mm.
So I'm not like super surprised that he's already injured. And also he's just like been taking too many hits. So it sucks that we won't get to like see what the Colts would be with him. Um, like that sucks. But well, I guess it doesn't suck. It actually doesn't suck. But we'll see. Everyone's like, oh, Gardner Minshew revenge game, and I don't know. I don't really see that happening. But you never know. And also like I don't really know how it would be like a revenge game. I never really felt like we were ever on bad terms with Gardner Minshew or anything. So whatever.
Yeah, I think that people keep going back to that training camp when Trevor got drafted, where Minshew started taking the first team reps, and he felt that he was outperforming Trevor to that point, and they kind of pulled them and put Trevor in the starter spot. But Minshew kind of felt he did nothing to lose a job. Minshew's a top line competitor. He
Yeah.
wants to play. He wants to be a starting quarterback. Um, he's a great backup, but
Yeah.
he thinks he's a starter. He feels that he plays to the level of a starter, and some weeks he does. You saw
Yeah.
him against Baltimore last week. I mean, he's a baller. But yeah, I think people are calling it revenge game kind of because of the way that training camp went. And then soon as, some rumblings came out about Gardner being a little upset about Trevor getting the first team reps or all of the reps, he was shipped out. So I think that's where a little bit of that coming from. And then he's just playing
Yeah.
against his old team where he started for a couple seasons, even through the injury, but he told everybody he wasn't injured. So it looked like he sucked. Yeah, it was just a lot there. But
Yeah.
yeah, Saxonville's going. I hope Saxonville's out this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about their defense? Their defense is pretty solid. We saw that last time we played a little bit.
I don't know. Well, I think it should be interesting. Trevor kind of carved them up week one, so I would like to see that happen again.
Yeah, and then the only thing that I really think about with this game, I think we win. I think we win by 10 plus points,
It's
just
better.
because of the circumstances. But their interior D line gave our offensive line fits the first matchup.
That is true.
Buckner, Grover, like those guys, their interior D line is stout. Um, and that's kind of our weakness. But Sheriff's playing better since that game. Luke Fortner, I don't know what to say about him. Every week I see snap like the high snap last game. What the hell was that, Luke Fortner?
Yeah.
The missed blocks, the poor blocks in the run game. I mean, whatever. I'm just gonna let it go. But yeah, Tyler Shatley at left guard instead of Ben Barch. I think that's been better.
Yeah.
Walker Little went down in this game. Supposedly it's just a sprain with his MCL, so he could be back in 1 to 2 weeks. Hopefully even sooner. But glad it's good news for Walker Little. Zay Jones, we need him.
I know.
We need him. But yeah, if it's Cam at left tackle, um, and then the old reliable at left guard, I'm okay. I'm okay there. And then we'll just see how the interior offensive line holds up. But I'm tired of Trevor getting sacked a lot. He was sacked 5 times this week. 2 of those resulted in strip sacks. I want them to keep 16 up and healthy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so tired of every time Trevor makes a great throw, he's on his back with like 300-pound linemen on his freaking head.
Yeah.
Like, why is he always on the ground?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited.
Same.
Jonathan Taylor's back. He had a slow start last week. I think they try to get him a little bit more involved, but our run defense is elite.
It
I
is.
mean, James Cook came out of the day with nothing. Like, they took his lunch money.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really because like that would be really the only thing I'd be worried about with the Colts game is their run. But
Mm-hmm.
we've been so good at stopping the run so far that it's like I don't know how like worried I actually am about it. So we'll see.
Yeah, and they kind of gave up on the Deion Jackson experiment. So Zach Moss had a day last week, but yeah, I'm not scared of their run game at all. If anything, I think that favors us to have a team with a stronger running game than passing game. But
Yeah.
Michael Pittman been coming on a bit, but again, it's secondary. Rayshawn Jenkins, man, making plays in the run game, making plays, PBUs in the pass game. That
Yeah.
dude is solid. Like, I'm really excited to see the secondary go up against Gardner Minshew's arm, which we all know isn't the strongest. So I think he's going to stick to his bread and butter, the underneath stuff, the short routes, the intermediate routes.
Oh yeah.
Let's play some sticky coverage, come up and tackle. I'm not scared of Gardner throwing the ball deep against Cisco and these guys. Like, I'm really not.
Yeah.
I'll sleep on that all day. I think if the Jaguars play like, let's stack the box, let's sit on the short stuff, it could get ugly in this one to me. I think that can, if the defense plays like they have against, Kansas City in the begin, like the first half of that game, the first half of this Bills game, we could pitch a shutout, to be honest. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm really not scared of them at all. But yeah, I'm going Jacks by 10 plus. What's your score predictions or final predictions?
Final prediction for me would probably be like I don't know, like 30-3, 20. I would like us to score 30 points, 30 plus
Mm-hmm.
points. That'd be fun. But I think we should I want to blow them out. That might not happen. So if that doesn't happen, I
Mm-hmm.
would at least like for us to win by 10 points.
Yeah, I think they're going to score 17 or less. It's just that's just what I'm feeling with the way our defense is playing and the offense led by Gardner Minshew and a strong run game. I'm not really buying that's going to happen against the Jags D. So I got them scoring 17 or less. I got the Jags coming in over 24 points. So
Okay.
yeah, it's going to be a good one. But yeah, I think we win by 10 plus.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tapping into another episode. Hopefully, you enjoyed the content. Thank you.
Thank you.